Welcome, everybody. This is Abacus Fish, and we are playing Old School Essentials via Roll20 Hexcrawl Adventures. I'm joined by 4 players. We have Mike
Hello.
and Sophie,
Hello.
the creator of Antagonist RPG, James,
Hey,
and Hallie.
Hello.
So what this is a hex crawl. Basically, the whole premise of a hex crawl is it is an open world. I have no control over what the players do, despite having all these maps, all these monsters, all these treasures, these towns, these NPCs, just all of this points of interests. The setting is all I have. What I don't have is control over the players and how their characters move about this world. It's very much an open world format. So, with that in mind, let's learn about some of these characters. Mike, why don't you tell us about Zonrot?
Well, Zonra is part of the Half Giant clan slash family. He is a kind of a gangly humanoid or human. He looks like he's missing a couple of sandwiches, but he does his best to study magic as being a magic user. He's trying to break the stereotype of being not trusted.
All right. And Sophie, why don't you tell us about Kailani?
Kailani is part of the Farron family. She is an elf, and um, yeah, she's ready for another adventure. Is pretty stoked that her first one went so well last time.
Okay. And James, why don't you tell us about Guilford the Grand?
Guilford is a tall, wiry man with disheveled brown hair and heavily tanned, like someone that stands outside a lot. He is renowned around the encampment for being kind of a blowhard and likes to talk particularly about his adventures and has been talking nonstop about the last one in which they saved the world. And that is Guilford the Grand.
All right. And Hallie, why don't you tell us about Ficus?
All right. So Ficus is a halfling, but he looks kind of uh, dirty and wiry and tan, and his eyes are a bit wild compared to other halflings. He has curly brown hair and a big hairy mole on his face and a pet squirrel. That's Ficus.
All right. So we start the morning in the camp, or your new settlement. It is Septidi, the 7th of Florial, 7932 year of Cosgrove. The news of the blight tree burning at Nerton has given a lot of relief to the vagabonds of the North Shore. And there is a celebration. Oh, wait, so it's actually it's the night of the 6th of Florial. There we go. And the vagabonds of the North Shore are in mid-party. Vothig, a green guy with hulking muscular form except for a beer gut, stands nearly 7 feet tall, has no hair, solid black eyes that glow red in darkness, pointy ears, shark teeth, and wearing a hooded robe and cloak, is he's in a drinking contest with Jonathan Fairlight. Jonathan Fairlight's a black guy with a tall, athletic build in his mid-30s, has short black hair, a trim goatee with friendly brown eyes, wears a wool cap, poncho, and rugged leather boots. He's been your merchant this whole time. Everybody kind of laughed when he challenged Vothig to a drinking contest, and also kind of had to explain to the other villagers what he had done, because, Vothig only speaks Orcish and Goblin. But they are in the middle of it, and Jonathan Fairlight is holding his own. Meanwhile, Orntish is dazzling the children with spells. Orntish is a white girl of average height, standing with a graceful, lean physique in her mid-30s, has beyond shoulder-length brown hair, piercing blue eyes, dresses like a nobleman with a finely made lawn tunic, long garb coat, puffy trousers, knee-high leather boots with matching gloves. And she's kind of like using little magic will-o-wisps emit from her hands, and she's kind of like putting on a fireworks show. And it's mostly for the children, but even some of the adults of of your refugee camp are like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool." An airspec half giant, who is your half giant's cousins, a white guy with a bit shorter than average, in his mid-40s, has shaggy brown hair with matching bushy mustache, tired gray eyes, wears a wool cap with thick tunic and rugged leather boots. He's not necessarily dancing, but he is clapping and stomping and kind of singing along as people just start singing folk songs. No instruments come out because none survived the ship, but everybody's like, clapping hands, stomping feet, and shouting, belting out lyrics. And that is, and bear wallows. Yes, of course. How could I forget the bear wallows? Yes, Nathan and Ethan Bearwallow. They're twins. They're of average height, but they're a bit scrawny and look to be in their early 20s. Both clean-shaven, have mischievous brown eyes and medium-length hair, naturally curly brown hair. Nathan combs it straight into a ponytail, though. But they both wear the same color tunics, vest, trousers, and no shoes. They, again, are arguing over the rules of Quibbly Nibs. And I guess I will start with you, Zonrot. What are you doing while the camp is partying? Are you joining in on the songs? Are you just kind of sitting by the campfire chilling? Are you reading all those scrolls? Are you like a super nerd while everybody's partying?
Yeah,
you're
I'm being
studying?
a super nerd because I wasn't able to go out to my field research, so I'm going to research what they brought back. Going over all the scrolls, all the potions, just studying it all. And making sure that they don't blow up the camp by using the wrong thing. So yeah, I would like to identify some stuff.
Okay. We will get to that, but I want to establish where everybody else is. Kailani Farron. The party is breaking out. Where are you in all this?
I'd probably be seeing what Mooney's up to, because I feel like maybe she'd be happy about recent events.
Yeah. So at the edge of town, near where, or the edge of the camp, where you have, where Mooney has set up her tent. Mooney is packing up.
I'd like to inquire where she's going and why doesn't she join in the festivities now that the blight tree's burned. I know she doesn't talk, but like,
Yeah.
come on, girl.
She turns to you and points all around. and then kind of makes like a kind of a fist to her heart.
I wish I knew what that meant.
A sign of dedication. Is dedicated to the task that has been completed and is moving on to the next.
I'll give her a
Actually,
solemn. Oh,
yeah, actually, that yeah, just pretend Guilford the Grain's your inner voice. That's kind of what.
Oh,
okay.
no, Guilford was actually saying that over your shoulder.
Oh,
That's helpful. Um, so I'll just give her a solemn nod and tell her to be safe. And if she ever needs anything, the vagabonds of the North Shore will be here for her.
she
Or elsewhere, wherever we end up.
yeah, she nods like she's not necessarily like leaving, like, but she is basically like kind of getting things ready to leave for the next morning, kind of thing. And she just kind of continues doing that, making sure her horse is, ready and stuff like that. Doesn't seem interested in joining the party.
Fair enough.
And Guilford the Grand, where I guess you were following Kailani, or
Yeah, I would have wandered over when Ilani attracted my attention to Mooney, who I noticed leaving. So Guilford stopped singing and kind of followed her over. And prior to that, he was singing boisterously, if less than skillfully, amongst the crowd, and periodically working in lyrics into the song that celebrated the next drink that the two drinking contestants were about to down.
okay. Um, and Hallie, where are you at the party?
Okay. First, I have a question.
Sure.
How much time in game has our group been at this location?
Hold on, I actually have the calendar right here.
It's 1 day per session, right?
Usually, sometimes a few days pass. Um, but oh, mm-hmm. So that was the 26th of Germinal. So that was 1 week, 10 days. You guys have been here for 1 week, which is 10 days, according to the metric calendar that I'm using
Okay.
for this fantasy setting.
And then prior to that, we were at a different location for an amount of time.
Yes, you landed on Treaty the 13th of Germinal. So that was 2 weeks ago, and some, so like 26 days ago.
Okay. I'm
So-
trying to figure out if it's been long enough that Ficus could have been brewing some really foul alcohol that he can bring out to the party. I think we're cutting it kind of close.
Yeah, that is kind of cutting it close. It's less than a month. Though it could have been a thing that you were brewing at Atoll Grove and were forced to take with you.
Maybe I brought like some super powerful yeast with me on the boat, and that stuff is fast.
Sure, yeah, I'd buy it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's got some really foul, like a barrel of really foul alcohol. It's made of like honey and sea buckthorn berries, and it'll turn your face bright orange, and it tastes absolutely horrible. And he's gonna try and convince the guys having the drinking contest that they should switch to this.
Okay. Okay, we'll get back to that. So Zonrot, reading those scrolls.
Mhm.
Okay. So there are 13 of them, but one of them special, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one mystery parchment hidden, found hidden between the shelves, and then the 13 mystery parchments.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you have one scroll of sleep,
Okay.
one scroll of web, one scroll of mirror image, one scroll of detect evil. Do I need to slow down?
Okay. I have one scroll sleep web and one of mirror image.
Mm-hmm. Detect evil. Invisibility. Another scroll of mirror image.
Okay.
Scroll of levitate.
Okay.
Scroll of detect invisible.
Okay. Next.
Scroll of continual light.
Okay.
Is that 8 level 2 scrolls? Or a total of, there should be a total of 9 now? Or
Okay. There's sleep web, two mirror image, one detect evil, one invisibility, one levitate, one detect visible, and one continual light. Yeah, that's 9 scrolls right there.
Okay, yes, okay, I'm doing my math right. Okay, so 2 more level 2 scrolls. That'll be another scroll of levitate and another scroll of levitate. So 2 more scrolls of levitate.
Okay.
Scroll of fireball. And the very special one I saved for last is a scroll of remove curse. Now, how these scrolls work is any arcane user, elf or mage, can use them, whether they're of the spell to cast them or not. It's just that if you use the scroll, you burn it and lose it forever. Conversely, once you are of the level, you don't gain new spells automatically, unlike clerics. So you can use these scrolls to learn a new spell. Though none of these really are helpful for either of you until you're about level 3. Because you already have sleep, and the rest of them are level 2 and up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, those are good to have.
So, back to the drinking contest. Both Vothig and Jonathan Fairlight pass out.
I will raise both of their hands. And the victor is everyone.
Everybody cheers. Those who also partook in Ficus's distilled whatever also found themselves on the floor, on the ground.
That's where you belong during a party.
During and after.
Vagabonds of the North Shore doing it right.
So, Ficus would want to talk to people about like, okay, what's next with the undead?
Yeah, actually, I'm not entirely remembering. Last session we took the town back, but isn't that siege still going on?
Yes. But a massive part of the theater has been liberated.
Gotcha.
But the hook here is at this point, like, who knows really? I assume, like, we didn't address it unfortunately last session, but I would assume you would have said something to House Dugny as you passed the barricade, like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Nerton's free of skeletons," or something. Or maybe you said nothing. You're like, "Yep, still dangerous out there."
Really? We passed through
I
and
think
Guilford didn't say
someone-
anything?
I think we mentioned it that we would tell them.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think.
no, Guilford like told everybody he met about how we saved the world, and I'm pretty sure like there were actually a few people.
Okay, okay. Well, right. I know that you guys talked to him on the way in. I just couldn't remember whether you actually talked to him on the way back. But yeah, I assume that yes, you did let House Dugny know. But the hook for this session is, well, but who else knows? Because information doesn't spread nearly as fast. So maybe House Dugny knows, but you know that there are other nobles of the countryside who may or may not need to know. I can tell you this that the dwarves probably don't care about Nurton, but there are other NPCs.
All right. So one thing we could be doing is spreading word of our victory. Could also be working on the siege, or we could go camping. Non-sleeping camping, as in exploring the world and figuring out what's actually out there. Because eventually, I think we're planning to settle somewhere.
This
Or
is this is the area Lady Vargas delegated for you.
Okay. So, do we have it explored? I've got where our map is. I remember it's in somewhere. Athos.
Who do we know if that still has forces that could actually help with the siege?
There's Lady Vargas, but Maurice's reach is under civil revolt, so she may be of little help, but maybe she can. Last time you asked her for help, she did help you. So there's the Lord Protectorate, who you've never you talked to in the first episode, and then that was it. Oh, you did try actually to contact him at Berry Pond, but you found out that he was out at one of his patrol camps. And that's about it. There's also like the peasants of the 3 town area. There seemed to be an important guy there, like keen peasant. But yeah, those are the force. Oh, and then of course there's House Dugny, who is watching the barricade.
One thing I'd like to know is if anybody actually moved into Nurton after we liberated it. If anybody was curious about checking that out.
So House Dugny, they weren't going to start. By the time you guys got back, it was past the middle of the day, and they weren't going to start a campaign with less than 5 hours of sunlight. They were going to wait till morning to start something.
Okay, does anybody have any suggestions for what to do when the party ends? What to do when we wake up after the party ends?
Start the party over again. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, but that brings up a good question because we have an amount of drink, and it's probably enough for one party. I'm not sure it's enough for 2.
Maybe we gotta set up production for regular brewing,
We could just buy it. We're rich now, I assume.
I think That Lord Protectorate guy sounds kind of important. Maybe we should try and talk to him.
Oh yeah, yeah, in person instead of just sending him messages.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because I'm sure we don't want those skeletons to get to that castle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why specifically, but it seems like skeletons getting to a castle is bad.
all right. So, these four towns are his holding. These are his patrol camps. His manor is located in Berry Point. Last time you went there, he wasn't home.
We could at least go by Barry Pole, ask about where he is, and go from there if we really want to talk to him.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Who knows? They might
Figure out
even have
what's
some
going on
horses
for
there too.
And booze.
So the next morning, everybody is hungover. But there's still a job to do. So, yeah, I guess like who's the first to wake up and how do you wake up the others?
Not Guilford.
Probably Kailani, because she probably didn't drink anything.
Oh, okay.
So she wakes up bright and early and sunshine and rainbows while everyone's like a mess and is like, come on, guys, let's go.
Yeah. Zonrod probably passed out at the table over the scrolls with a cup of wine. He's not a heavy drinker. So I'm just trying
I
to.
think Ficus would have woken up way too early, thrown up, gone back to bed, and then like woke up later. But since he threw up, he feels great now, and he starts like making breakfast for people.
Okay.
Guilford will be up at the crack of noon. Smell
Well,
some breakfast. Wander over.
I mean, to get any serious travel going, you guys probably leave closer to 7 or 8 in the morning.
Mm.
But maybe Guilford's sleepwalking.
We're just like kind of forcing him to have breakfast and water and like just kind of guiding him along, sleep on the horse.
Oh, sounds good.
Okay. So you guys, first stop is Berry Pont.
Indeed.
So it takes you about an hour to get here. And I guess where do you start? You're kind of familiar with the layout. You know all the places.
Oh, we want to end up at the manor. So
Oh, you want to go to the manor? Hold on.
Yeah.
Do I have that? Yes, I do. Is it ready? No, it's not. Well, I mean, it's ready, just not ready. It's in quantum ready mode. Anyways, so
we
you're
travel in.
you're crawling through events somehow. Okay. So the manor is actually away from the center of the town. It's kind of like on the opposite side of the gate. There is a tall tower of a keep, and yeah, there's a farm and a little barn. As you approach the walkway towards the south, mounted soldiers ride towards you.
I guess I will hail them.
You there! Why do you approach the Lord's manor?
We have very important news as befitting our station. I, Guilford the Grand, temporary commander of the Vagabonds of the North Shore, and I will gesture behind me, bring word of the defeat of the undead abominations within the town of Nurton.
Really? They both kind of look at each other and go, please, follow us. And they escort you on either side. Once you get to the front door of the manor, there are two more soldiers, infantry. Oh yeah, by the way, they're wearing the tabards, and this lord's manor, even though that it's just a cabin, it's actually a pretty tall cabin, and hanging like, you know, a floor and a half kind of thing. He's got a huge loft area. Hanging, you know, from one of the overhangs is their banner, which is green and blue, a river flowing over a rock. And these guards are wearing that. They're either wearing gambesons or chain coifs, hoods with hauberks. And
I'm gonna pause on the way up there and elbow Zonrot and say, "You're a master of the weave, are you not, Zonrot? What do you say about putting together a banner for us? I feel we're lacking one."
Wrong weave. I'm not much of a tailor. I might be able to do something.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What? I was being distracted.
Oh, I was talking to Cliff. I created an interlude and now was done with it.
Okay. Well, no, I mean that's a good idea. Keep that feather in your hat there. Getting a herald might be an important thing. Especially seeing how you've seen many of them. Anyways, so these soldiers, the two infantrymen are there. They tell you to stop. Both riders get off their horse and they walk in. And, you know, the two infantry guys holding their spears are just kind of eyeballing you. Especially you, Kailani.
Figures.
Ears too pointy.
Just enjoying it's not me this time.
After a while, the two riders come out and say, "You could come in." Who you approach is sitting behind a desk looking at a bunch of maps. He's got dark goatee, dark short hair. He's wearing a hauberk but without the hood. He's got brown eyes, white guy, in his mid-40s. And he looks up, looks at you. So, what you say about nothing is true?
there is nothing there is nothing that pleases me more than to report that yes, Nurton has fallen out of the hands of our enemies. Your enemies, Lord.
You will say, my lord, when addressing me. I understand you're the vagabonds of the North Shore, but my manners can only, your lack of manners can only go so far.
Understood, my lord.
So please, I would like to hear some details.
Of course. I will leave it to my subordinate who was there on the mission to defeat the undead and who slayed many herself. Kailani?
Oh, yes, it was a magnificent feat from the three of us who were there. And the blight tree that was in the well completely burned down, and all the skeletons that we saw around seemed to disperse.
This is indeed great news. You are dismissed. I know where to find you.
Thank you, my lord.
I just bow as I leave.
Guilford will bow with great flourish.
Same here.
Okay. Yeah, he just kind of waves you off.
Ficus whispers, what about the siege?
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Do you want to go back in there and tell him?
I
We're
don't
going to
think
the
he'll
tavern.
like me very much, but I can try.
Oh no, he'll love you. Everybody loves you, Ficus. You have your booze on you?
What?
You have your booze on you?
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves you, Ficus.
Oh, thanks. Is there like a soldier guy nearby as we're leaving?
Yep.
Ficus, he's scared. He's scared of the Lord, so he's gonna go to a soldier and be like, we kind of forgot to mention to the Lord that the castle is under siege still, as far as we know, from skeletons, and you know they might need some help. But if you could pass it along, that would be great.
I will pass it along, but just know this, we're already spread thin. The River Cobs lost a garrison, and our sister, Lady Anna River Cobb, has lost her arm and her will to fight.
I think everyone's spread pretty thin, but I feel that whatever those skeletons and necromancers want, none of us want them to get that. And what they want seems to be in the castle.
Then let's hope they don't succeed. Not only for their own cruel directives, but also to spare the innocents who live inside.
All right, good talk, Mr. Soldier Man.
Yeah, faceless, ageless, genderless soldier guy, soldier person. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild how many of them there are out there.
Yep. It's yeah. There are a lot of them in this in the world of Corum. Yeah.
All right, crew, what's our next stop? Who else needs to be informed? Or where do we want to explore?
Ooh, I love exploring. Any preferences?
There is one more NPC you could inform.
The old crazy guy.
I mean, yeah, but he's not. He's an old crazy guy who lives in a cabin, doesn't have much political power. However, Lady Vargas, who controls the North Shore, um, she might be interested.
Okay, folks, we want to go talk to a Lady Vargas who claims not to be a lady, I believe, every time we call her that. Or do you want to talk to an old crazy guy? With 20
No,
years?
so, Guilford, you're thinking of Maka, who is Lady Regent
okay.
of House Dugny.
I just remember we ran across a lady that objected strenuously to us calling her lady.
Yes, because she doesn't have the title.
Are we in Maurice's Reach or Berry Pont right now?
You are in the quad, and yeah, you are. Well, you're not necessarily in any town, or no, yeah, you are. You are in Berry Pond. Yes, right now.
Okay. Do we need to, does anybody need anything from the pawnbrokers or the smiths?
Anybody's not wearing good armor, now would be the time to address that.
I
Maybe
don't
used
remember
on
if I
Ryan,
have or not.
practically naked.
Armor doesn't really work with me anyway.
So,
Would anyone be willing to pull up my character sheet since I'm still stuck on my phone
yeah.
and see if I do indeed have armor or not?
Ficus Bearwallow has. Oh, you have a. Oh. Normal hand axe that you get +1/+2 because you're a halfling.
Yep.
Does not
You
show any armor on
are
it.
naked. I mean,
Sick.
probably not actually naked, but no armor.
I mean, Ficus might actually be naked or pretty close to it. That's kind of his vibe. But yeah, he should probably get some armor.
All right. How about we do that next? Ooh, you've got one of those goblin grenades?
I think that was just temporarily for an adventure.
I mean, if nobody used it, and I'm pretty sure nobody did, then you could still have it if you wanted it.
Why not? Sure.
Yeah, nobody's used the goblin grenades.
All right, we will head to the pawnbroker because she was cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Ficus, you can ask her if she has any squirrel armor.
Oh my gosh. I look, I like open up the side of my weird little shirt and Tomas pops his head out and I'm like, did you hear that? They might have squirrel armor.
It's a
It will be
long
a
shot, but you can ask.
fearsome warrior indeed. Yeah, let's check out the pawnbroker.
Okay, let me take you back to Berry Pont. You guys go to the pawnbrokers at the end. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's right. And yes, at the end, the dusty store. And you walk through, and there's a dwarf sleeping, or seemingly asleep, leaning back in a chair behind the counter. She's a dwarf woman in her mid 50s, has salt and pepper medium length hair. Wears a blue tunic and trousers, but no shoes.
A woman of my own mind likes to feel the earth on her toes. Ficus would say a cheerful hello.
She begins to stir awake, looks over, says, "Ah, yes. Oh, more vagabonds of the North Shore. You guys have turned out to be regular customers of mine."
My friends have informed me that I am too naked to adventure, and I need some armor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Harilla Dukehelm is her name. Harilla looks you up and down, kind of seeing, I would think like some kind of sleeveless tunic, and then maybe like a wrap around, like a sarong. Um, and
Yeah, I think he's basically wearing like essentially a bathrobe, but make it medieval fantasy.
right, right. Yeah, kind of looks
Does he
up.
have a towel?
Always.
Nice. Yeah, kind of looks at your meager garb and goes, "Yeah, yeah, I think you could use some armor. Anything really, to prevent the knife from going in deeper. Cause yeah, like, and she kind of picks up some of the fabric and goes, "Yeah, this isn't gonna stop any blades."
But it also doesn't stop the breeze, so it feels great.
I
But you're right.
I might have something in your size. Hold on. And she goes into the back room. And she comes back out with, this time it's actually a leather armor. It looks older, like an older style of armor. Not as like modern as say like the chainmails or the gambesons are. This looks slightly bulkier. However, despite its design and the dustiness of the shop, this armor looks particularly good. It's also halfling / dwarven sized.
Beautiful. Well, what is she asking for it?
300 gold.
I don't think I have that. Maybe we could come up with like an installment plan.
I mean, technically, we could just go home and get 300 gold. But that's really pricey for plate mail. Let me talk to her.
Well, it's leather armor.
Oh. Oh, then it's really pricey.
You can try and talk with her about it. You can try and negotiate.
What was her name again? Helga?
Harella.
Harella, come now. The halfling barely uses up any of the material. And it'll have to be fit to him afterwards anyways. And it's not worth 300 gold. I'll tell you what. We, as the saviors of Nurton, will tell everyone of the wonders and splendors of the mysterious shop of wonders, run by Harella of Berry Pond. If you cut us a deal on this armor.
She looks you up and down and goes, "Do you not recognize craft dwarfsmanship when you see one? This is an ancient family heirloom. You actually have no dwarves to help you with this."
Hmm. I mean, it looks like nice armor to me, but I don't know much about
Ficus,
armor.
Oh, wait.
Ficus, you're looking.
Is you're wearing your gambeson, yeah? James?
I am.
Yeah, it's of the same
Yeah.
quality of as your gambeson. Like, yeah, the one thing that you've noticed about the gambeson is it never collects dust, it never shows wear or anything like that. It looks like real old armor, but it doesn't have any dust, doesn't show any wear. And then Harella Dukelm, out of frustration, pulls out a hammer and starts hammering one of the plates, the leather plates, and says, "See, nothing." And yeah, sure enough, as she hammers away, there doesn't seem to be any wear on the armor.
What do you think, Ficus? Is that impressive? You're a renowned warrior.
I mean, it seems pretty cool. I just don't have that kind of money on me.
Well, we got it back at home.
Um, hmm.
Will she let us put it on credit?
She's, you know, I guess you guys have been putting your trust in buying my wares. The least I can do is put trust in knowing that you'll eventually pay me what this is worth. But yeah, if you show up here again and not have the money, there's going to be a problem.
Yes,
Noted.
ma'am.
That's
We'll
fair.
be sure to have it when we return.
I can give her like a deposit. Let's see, how much money do I have?
I'm wearing a bunch of jewelry I can leave as a deposit. I think I want to keep my pearl necklace and my copper earrings, but I will leave my steel armlet and copper bracelet, which are worth 23 gold total.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm gonna ask her like, hey, do you have a cup handy? I want you to try something.
Sure, let's drink on it.
Yeah, I'll have like a water skin full of my nasty sea buckthorn brew, and I'll squirt some into a cup for her, and then we can both drink and shake hands.
Yep. So you drink out of the yeah. She provides a clay cup. You guys drink from it. She makes a weird face when after drinking hers and goes, "Yeah, I don't think I drink that every day."
It's a special treat. All right, I'm gonna check and see if my computer is done being a jerk and see if I can switch over to that. I will be back in like 30 seconds
All right.
because it would be nice to be able to open up my character sheet.
How much money did we put down? I put down jewelry worth about 23 gold.
Oh, okay. The jewelry you bought from, so
I think I bought it. I either bought it or found it.
uh, yeah, I think you did though launder some of your goods into jewelry with by buying some
Yeah.
jewelry from Harella. So yeah, you are probably giving some of the jewelry back, which is fine. She knows how it goes. It's pawnbroker. That's kind of how these things work. But yeah, she gives you the armor. So oh, I guess I'll wait for Helly to be back officially to reveal.
Okay, I'm here. I think I'll be able to switch to Discord on my computer in like another minute.
Okay. Well, it's leather armor +1, dwarf, halfling sized. That's
Nice.
what
All
you
right.
have.
Sweet.
We've got a lot of dwarves and halflings too, so we can pass that around.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever of us shorties are out adventuring can throw this stuff on.
Are you guys done with Berry Pond?
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
it was mentioned earlier that we might need some horses or anything like that.
Oh yeah, if you wanted to try and buy horses, we could do that.
Getting one or two might be a good thing for the camp.
Oh yeah.
We'll get Lucky a friend. Yay.
It also means that we can move stuff around a lot easier. So yeah, I asked the pawnbroker, where would one find some beasts of burden and horses around here?
Um. Actually, not much stables around here. You're better off in Maurice's Reach.
Maurice's Reach. Thank you.
But they're mostly goats. But I think they have a few horses.
I mean, a riding goat sounds pretty great to me.
I want that for you, honestly. Like, that sounds amazing.
Could be clambering up and down so many mountains and cliffs on my goat buddy.
I mean, goats also provide some good stuff for the camp if we can get some.
Goat's cheese.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the next spot we might want to go. And we can see what's going on in the way.
Where is Maurice's reach in relation to the lady that we want to tell about um, what's been going on?
Oh, Lady Vargas. Lady Vargas is
Yeah.
in her. The Maurice's Reach is her holding.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, and we are currently like right here. Right?
Uh-huh.
Maurice's Reach is okay. And that's actually not far from where our camp is, so we can go grab money if we need it by then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys go to Maurice's Reach. Yeah, as you approach. So yeah. Oh, I totally forgot to mention the whole you guys going through the wooden gate at Berry Pond. Um, but Maurice's Reach doesn't have like a gate. What it has is this kind of C-shaped wall that goes around the outside of it, And then there are farmsteads, mostly goat farmsteads, kind of strewn throughout. And then, of course, right there is the city center. And it's been labeled. Oh, and Hallie has left, so let's wait
Mm-hmm.
for her. As you guys observe.
Oh, there's lots of labels here. Okay.
Yeah, I forget which player took it upon themselves, but they decided to label everything, and I was like, yeah, that's. I mean, I would too, but I'm lazy.
Well, it's efficient. You had someone else do it for you.
Exactly.
Master of delegation.
Right.
Market leadership right there.
Yep. So, yes, as you guys approach the C-shaped wall, which is wood spikes all the way up, about half a mile, or a quarter mile, sorry, radius, and next to the entrances, or the big gap in the wall, so to speak, are people put in the stocks.
Oh.
I remember these guys. Probably different guys this time, though.
Yeah, Guilford, you recognize like one or two familiar faces, but there are some new faces, and there are more since the last time you were here.
Is this town okay?
I think the grain
it's
prices
fine.
are a little high right now, right?
Yeah. They probably just created a little kerfuffle, and now they have to stand out here in the rain for a little bit. Or I guess it stopped raining, so even better.
Yeah, so over the walls, like at the highest point, there's a post, and of course, there's a herald. It is red and gold, and it's hold on. Is red with a gold trim, depicts a jeweled chalice pouring water onto a rose bush. This is Vargas. And yeah, so the soldiers, they kind of like look at you, but they don't necessarily address you as you walk by. But they do acknowledge you. And they are wearing, the tabards of the same sigil as the post.
All right. So we need to find Lady Vargas's residence, right? Manor.
Mhm.
And there are some soldiers here. We haven't been to her manor before that I recall.
No.
Okay, so I will approach the soldiers and say, "Hail! We are vagabonds of the North Shore seeking Lady Vargas."
What business does the vagabonds of the North Shore have with Lady Vargas?
Report the fall of Nurton from the hands of our enemies.
We already knew that Nurton has fallen.
I think he means that it's unfallen. There's no more skeletons in there.
Really?
I mean, I wasn't there,
Indeed.
but seems
Yes,
like that's what
yes,
happened.
it fell again. It fell first, and then somebody took it, and then it fell from them. So now it's humans again, human owned. The Blight Tree is defeated.
Wow. Yes, Lady Vargas. She is out at her patrol camp, overlooking the North Shore.
North Shore. Sounds far away. Can you give us directions?
Here, let me see your map.
Oh.
Maybe that's
Well,
path we
we're
take.
we're not in Berry Pont anymore. We're in starts with an M. Dang it.
Maurice's Reach.
Yeah. So is that where we are, or
No. You are right here.
oh,
I
oh,
was right.
yeah. Sorry, I thought that was Berry Pont.
Oh, thinking maybe that way.
That one's Berry Pond.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll do that. You've avoided most. Oh wait, if you go south, you'll avoid the elevation change.
Do we want to buy goats and horses in this town before we leave?
We should at least check them out.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
See what they got.
So you guys approach the stables, and kind of as Harella said, it's mostly goats. But there are there are 7 horses total. Three of them are riding horses. The others are draft horses. And that's it. It's 4 draft horses, 3 riding horses, and a bunch of goats.
So, I'd say we'd want horses first over goats, or I'd say at least one horse and a couple goats would be a good thing.
Yeah, we should get like a breeding pair of goats
Yeah,
if we can. Are any of these goats look like maybe a halfling could throw a saddle on one?
a battle goat.
Yes.
So yeah, the thing, the thing about the physiology of a goat, I'm unsure whether that would actually like
That would work.
physically work. Yeah. You could like, I don't know, like riding an ostrich or like riding a llama, like that's within the realm of the possibility. But yeah, like something like riding a dog. Like you could probably try and ride a dire wolf, but that's like a really
Yeah.
big dog. But yeah, these are particularly huge goats.
Okay. I'd have to find like a mountain goat
Or
and
you
then
know,
tame a mountain goat.
or a mythical sized goat.
Yeah.
But there is one person working there. She is has tan skin, dark hair, dark eyes, skinny build, short, wearing tunic and coveralls. She's maintaining the stables as you guys approach the stables. She kind of looks over and nods, but keeps going about her tasks.
Hello. Good day. Wondering if we can do some business.
Yeah, sure, yes. You looking to look?
Looking to get some horses and some goats.
Oh, okay then. Well, yeah. Kind of a buyer's market now, given that not many of us are confident when we're gonna be able to feed our livestock. I hate to kind of pass the burden on to you, but if you want them, just know that animal feed might be hard to come by.
That is a good point. And we don't really have any farming set up.
No, you guys are settled on sand. Like Lucky is been fortunate enough that you guys can kind of share food, and it's like found a way to scrounge food. But like a group of animals, now animal feed becomes an issue.
Oh, okay.
Well, if
How
they're
do we
goats,
handle this?
we just feed them our old clothing, right?
Or
Just
we can set up farming plots.
feed them old armor. Like,
I mean, the goats will literally eat anything. So we could get a couple goats and a horse. Have the goats clear out a patch of, thorns and stuff like that. And we can start a little farm for the community.
We can cheese those goats.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
one of them. But
Wow.
but maybe it's a thing where we should prepare for them first before we get them, you know?
It's not a bad idea. So, how much would a breeding pair of goats cost down the road when we get the facility ready?
hold on, let me see. A pair of breeding goats would be 30 gold.
That is a bit high, but just seeing how we're going to be scrounging around for feed. But
Okay, the beach that we're on, does it have like scrubby vegetation and stuff?
No, so if you look at the map, where you're at
Let's see.
is no vegetation. So
Ooh, okay.
tan, means no vegetation. The sickly green is sparse vegetation. The brighter lime
Yeah.
green, yeah. And then
Let's see. Okay, that's us.
yeah, we're right here.
And are we like this lady that's set aside this area for us, are we like allowed to expand or move around, or do we have to just stay on the sand?
she
Forever?
delegated a four kind of hex area, a square mile, if you will, of these
Okay.
4 hexes.
So we do have
Yeah.
one that's down right there, should have some vegetation.
There's also like this area is like lush with lots of long grass. You There has been one, no, there've been a couple of expeditions in there. But you haven't fully explored those grasslands yet.
Yeah, we have enough people at camp. We can actually set something up there. You know, we have our camp and then we have our little farming area. We can have someone
You know,
And the,
Ficus doesn't really love living in camp anyways. He would be very happy to set up a little cottage
so
out in the grasslands.
after, so I'd say after we tell the lady what's going on, we should probably start getting this ready because I'd prefer to be more self-sufficient than you know, challenging the fates just to go get some milk.
Hmm.
Wait, you want to challenge the fates to get some
No,
milk? 'Cause we could look for some like dire cows.
I don't think that'd be good milk, but it'd be a fun adventure.
The milk of dire cows makes you really strong and angry.
That just sounds like whiskey.
It also will actually make you more lactose intolerant the more you drink it.
Oh, okay. That's the source for the anger. Got it. So, and how much is it for a horse?
It's the price in the book, but I'll.
Sorry, I don't have the book open.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
75?
Yeah, 75 for a riding horse, 40 for a draft horse.
Okay. I'd say we can take this information back to camp, talk with the others, and see how much it is. Because I would like to start something so we have our own source of food
Yeah.
and work. Because if we can get a couple draft horses, a horse, and a couple goats, we can actually plow fields and stuff like that.
Um, and the like lush area, is that also like it's all grassland, but just some is more lush than others? Or is there like trees and shrubbery and whatnot?
Yes, so the dark green are forests, and then
Okay.
the black is thickets. Like, there's a like, the canopy is so thick it's actually as dark as night.
Ooh.
So it's pretty dangerous to go into those areas because it's effectively wandering at night.
Yeah. I guess I'm just thinking like if there's anywhere with like a berry bramble or, you know, fruit or nut trees, ficus can is good at tending to that kind of stuff too. More
Yeah,
so than actual farming.
that would be like right to the south of you, because
Yeah.
what the south what that symbol shows is that it's especially rough terrain.
Hmm.
So it's an especially deep wilderness.
So I'm thinking this spot right here might be a better one because that should have enough vegetation to support them, right?
Yes, the sparse vegetation would support a very small amount of goats
Yeah, and
and horses. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think that might be the better spot, and we could also, you know, outside of our grand adventures, we take some of the goats over to the thicket slowly, and we start eating, trimming that down.
That sounds like a good plan.
It's long term, but I think.
Um,
Go ahead.
to construct like buildings and stuff, would we need to buy, supplies like iron nails and things in town?
Yeah, so this is kind of where the whole idea of like a lot of people initially, when they look at the total haul and they see the money, they say, wow, we have a lot of money. But then look at how much in the book it takes buy, to make a town.
Like buildings, yeah.
And it's tens of thousands of gold pieces for even the most basic setup.
And I'm just trying to make a general corral, two corrals, one for horses, one for goat.
Right. No, like I still think that's a good idea. It's just if you guys want to get into village build mode, you're gonna need a lot more money than what you got.
Mm-hmm. But
No,
I'm saying this is a
still get
start,
money.
so we can go ahead. Joe.
Oh, I said, oh, let's go get money.
Yeah, let's. We will be back for these things. We just have to make sure everything's ready. I say we go back and we make a plan and we get the facility made up first. We will need nails and general hammers. Tools. So I'm pretty sure the Farmers Guild should be able to sell that to us, right?
The Farmers Guild is more of about it's well, actually, you guys haven't really gone into to find out, but it's more of like an administrative thing. For the guild,
Okay.
you'd have to be part of the Farmers Guild, kind of thing.
Okay, got it. So we could probably pick up nails and stuff like that. Pretty simple in this town, right?
The blacksmith would be in Berry Pond. Like between Berry Pond and Maurice's Reach, you could get the supplies that you need. Though, I don't know if it's been mentioned or not, but no, I don't think it has. So never mind. You don't know about that other option, but there is a
No.
mystery option floating somewhere.
So I'd say we grab the materials, make sure it's okay. We start the farm, and then we make a plan for a grand adventure.
Sounds
We gotta
good.
come up with some
Although,
income streams here.
do we really need to go on a grand adventure? I mean, can't you and the elf just turn lead into gold for a while until we have enough?
That is preposterous. Magic doesn't work like that.
I truly wish that were possible.
If that were possible, would would any magic user be in a hut in the middle of a forest?
I mean, the lazy ones.
Yeah, but those are usually the more powerful ones because they shun society and they just get into their magic.
Okay, so
Short
if
answer,
you're
no,
not
but we can.
turn lead into gold for us, then I guess we can go find gold in the real world.
Wait, what about the Kraken?
I mean, the Kraken has a lot of gold, but also kind of hungry. So
High risk, high reward, right?
The treasure of the calabash is quote unquote deemed legendary by multiple NPCs. One of which has moved into your settlement because of the Kraken.
I mean, I've seen the horde; it's big, but we didn't stay long.
No, we didn't. I was there. I'm saying that is an avenue. If we go there just to grab and dash, we don't have to kill the Kraken.
We could make some long nets on poles and just scoop up the gold.
Bank of Cthulhu. I love it.
Yeah. It's called rolling deep. But yeah, I think we go by is it Berry Bread? What's the
Berry Pond?
Berry Pond? Would grab the nails, general hammers, construction stuff, and then we bring forth our glorious idea to our people.
Okay. Do we need nets?
I don't know. Oh, This is for the scooping out the gold.
Yes.
Can we get the fine mesh net like that? Because I'm pretty sure your average fishing net, the coins are going to sift through.
We
Yeah.
can
We'll
buy
have to knit it
sacks from
ourselves.
Jonathan Fairlane.
Yeah, we could do that. You just put a hole at the bottom of the bag so the water drains out, but not the coin. Yeah, I'm liking this plan. Let's
Alrighty. I guess let's go have adventure at home.
hey. Sometimes you have to make the keep. Can't go storming
needs
everyone
to make
else's.
but we have adventure at home, and then the adventure we have at home. Someone needs to make that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys, so your idea is to return with hammers and nails, or you're not doing that
Construction
yet.
supplies.
You're oh, so I thought you were using the sacks to fund the construction supplies because just like nails and hammer. Okay, so I would think. Let me just look at the construction costs here. And all you would want at the very least is a hitching post. And I'm gonna say,
Which is literally just 4 pieces of wood.
yeah. I guess I guess 5 gold would give you enough materials to make a hitching post.
Okay, I have that on me.
Okay. But like anything more complex, what you're gonna need is like a wagon and cart to ship the construction supplies over, and
Mhm.
yeah, okay. So right, all you're trying to do is make some kind of landmark.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we clear this with the people in charge of our little settlement. Don't want to make it seem like we're breaking off and doing our own thing.
Right, right. You're supporting your fellow refugees.
Mm-hmm. And this can give all the camp dwellers something to do while we're off adventuring. Unless someone has a better idea.
Yeah. I wonder if we could, with just some time and elbow grease and the right plants around, if we could make living willow fences. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but willow reeds can be bent into fencing and they'll continue to grow.
I'm afraid I'm not really much of a wood weaver like that.
I'd say to support a tree like that, you would have to go into the more lime green place.
Mhm.
The pale
Mhm.
green wouldn't work.
Well, there's one on our way home. Kind of. A little out of the way.
Well, we can plant a willow tree.
Yeah, because we would need to take cuttings and then plant them.
I mean, we have enough space to bring that with us. I like how this is the theme of this episode. We're literally doing the background stuff.
I love background stuff, honestly.
So, yeah, we're going to start by doing that. We're going to grab. So, yeah, that's a good idea there, Guilford. We're going to go get some transplants from the willows.
So before you get caught up in too much side stuff, you remember why you came to Maurice's Reach in the first place?
talk to the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're gonna tell him.
Yeah.
She's like somewhere else though, right? Don't we have to go
Yeah,
go to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't she over here? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll put a pin in this plan.
I will
Yes.
allow you to buy, like, if you already spent the gold, then it is a given that you got the supplies to at least start the hitching post.
Yeah, we'll pick it up on the way back because I don't really think we have the facilities to have a bunch of construction material with us longer than we need to. So is that pretty much where we're going now?
I don't think we're. Are we in Beer Pont? I thought we were in Maurice's Reach.
I think right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go off there and we're gonna talk to the lady.
Okay.
80 Marcus.
I will ask you guys as you cross the river. Make a hear noise check.
Ooh.
Wow, is this the
Hear
first
Yeah,
roll of the
baby.
game?
Yes,
It is.
we've been role playing.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, which
Okay,
one
where
is
is,
here? In
Is that listen at door?
Yeah, listen at door, hear noise, same thing.
Okay.
We all failed. Well, Guilford
Ilani
succeeded.
succeeded. She has a different ear noise thing that she could have done that has a 2 in 6 chance.
Okay, so
Mhm.
this is how it all plays out. First, I'm gonna grab your tokens.
Battle theme.
Yep. Yep. Just setting up the map like you do.
Well, that was a nice little side tangent. Planning to start a ranch slash farm because we can't just survive on fish all the time.
And don't
Well, then
want
maybe we could make a fish sauce selling empire. Really
We could
rake in the
sell
dough.
garum.
Yes. I guess we'd need salt for that,
Oh,
but
I feel
new
as an
icon.
empire, we'll have to conquer other fishing establishments. Otherwise, we're really just a kingdom.
Huh,
You guys
are those?
approach from Berry Pont, or no, sorry, from Maurice's Reach. As you approach the river and the vegetation starts coming, you can hear the rush of the water as you approach the northbound river, and the water's just kind of running, and you guys are going. You're about to ford the river, and Guilford, you kind of hear the water break oddly, and you look towards the back of the water, and that's when you see like three silhouettes that don't look quite like alligators, but they don't quite look like humans, and they're just kind of floating kind of riding the current a little bit, but staying in place. But still, they're moving. They're swaying with the water, so that's why it was kind of hard to perceive them. So, what do you do with this information, Guilford?
Let's retreat away from the water's edge for a moment. I think there's some man-shaped crocodiles in there.
Oh,
And
certainly.
Guilford already kind of back a ways. Oh, I'm off kilter. Nope. I will step back. All the stats are weird.
Mike, it switched to the manual.
So, okay. That's better, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that. I was looking up the manual so I knew what my spell could do.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, these are creatures of the living. You feel like sleep would. They're not undead, so sleep should work on them.
So do they look like they're active, or are they doing the alligator thing where they are trying to look like a log?
They're doing the alligator thing where they're trying to blend in, and they were doing a good job up until Guilford the Grand kind of picked up on the water breaking oddly against the current, and that's when he spotted them.
Okay. Let me see just what the range of sleep is.
The range of sleep is 240 feet.
I'm like, if I can hit more than one target.
Oh yeah, no, it's 2D. You roll 2d4, and it's up to that much hit dice. So
I really don't feel like fighting these people or these things. Just looking over to Ficus and everyone. Mind if I try this out?
Go
Turn
for
them
it.
to gold.
okay, explain your spell. Like describe like what happens, like how it interacts with your spell book and stuff.
Okay. Finally cracking open my spell book. You hear a yawn as it's almost as if a giant is groggily going fighting off asleep as sorry, 1 second. Sorry if you heard the background.
No problem.
Basically, there's going to be some clouds just kind of forming around the alligator type beings as if they're being carried off to sleep because that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, roll 2d8, or no, is it 2d8? Yeah, I
Two,
think
2d4.
2d4.
That's what you said earlier, so I'm assuming you knew what you were talking about.
Maybe. Um, and
I know in first edition it was, so I'm assuming they carried that over from D&D.
it's 2d8.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's 44 turns of sleep. That's where I got the 2d4. Yep, 2d8.
not much better.
So
So 8. I roll that per target, or is it just
Um,
That's your net.
these guys start drifting away. But this one sticks around.
Well, that's what I can do. Any ideas?
I mean, have they seen us? Can we just avoid them?
Yeah,
They're hunting.
Yeah, they're hunting you.
Oh, okay. They're actively hunting us.
Do you want me to try and cast sleep on that last one?
And you saw what it did to the other one. Yeah.
What?
Sorry, you saw what it did to the other ones.
Yeah, they're just asleep and drifting downriver, right?
Yeah, and we don't have to. We can just cross without them.
All right. I have not used a spell in here before, so let me.
You just roll 2d8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's not a lot to this one.
And the third lizard floats down the river.
Okay. Let's get across before they wake up.
Yeah, they're asleep for at least a minute or so, and that's enough time for you guys to ford the river. Because you guys can cross in about a round or two. So yeah, that's about 20 seconds. You have that much time. And
Nice work, mages.
That was a nice casting of that spell. Yeah, we.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally stepped all over you, Kailani. What did your sleep spell look like?
Oh, no, you're good. Probably just like yawned at him, and it did that thing where like it makes you yawn back, and then he just got really sleepy and like fell asleep and drifted downriver.
I like it. Yeah, the more subtle magic. I like it. Right. Well, there was the encounter.
Well, we're not getting chomped today, so it's a good day. Okay, she's gonna be Rebecca.
Alrighty. I was kind of looking forward to having some leather for new boots, but this is good too. Let us continue.
You guys cross the river, get on the other side.
There's always the way back for the boot.
And yes, it's not long before you see the tent, the tents, and hanging above, the big tent is the banner, red with a gold trim. But before you go into camp, we will wait for Kailani to get back. But just know that you see it on the horizon. Oh, yeah. Why you guys aren't going so fast, actually, is because you put these enemies to sleep, and you guys are trying to fast travel, but there are enemies nearby. So you can't.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotta get out of the zone.
So you guys are like walking a little bit, clicking fast travel, not happening, walking a little bit, keep clicking it.
Can't fast travel when enemies are nearby. Welcome back.
Oh, just as I switched to the pause screen. Okay, now we're back. We're back. Okay. You guys approach the camp. Again, while approaching the camp, mounted soldiers ride towards you.
I will hail them. This is the other reason we need horses. Look more impressive.
I know, I feel lame just like walking around when a group of horsemen is like.
Okay, now the map decides to load.
Yeah, with Roll20, you gotta like zoom in and zoom out.
Okay, I think that's about the best overall view.
So as you, the mounted soldiers address you. Who goes there? What are you doing approaching our camp?
I am Guilford the Grand, commander of the Vagabonds of the North Shore, sent here by Lord Stickbeard to report on progress in the campaign against Nurton. Specifically, that Nurton has been conquered for humans of good heart everywhere, and freed of the Blight Tree.
Guilford, something I haven't totally explained yet, but one thing that you're probably a term you're probably looking for, when referring to humanity, the Fairborn, because Fairborn
Okay.
includes elves, dwarves, and halflings.
Are these societies mostly intermingled?
So from what you can tell, they're as far as major NPCs being any kind of inclination, Colrus is the only elf you've really met. You've seen some dwarves walk around, and there have been dwarves that have shops, mostly humans. You have seen halflings having shops and kind of walking around, but elves are pretty rare to see.
And I would say Fairborn because this is an intermingled society.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess I will revamp that to Nurton has been conquered for the glory of the Fairborn.
What? And what of the Blight Tree?
Destroyed by a powerful magic user. I'll point to Kailani. Using arcane forces beyond the comprehension of mere mortals to burn it to the ground.
I'll give a fun little flourish as he says that.
He actually, it kind of startles him when you do the flourish. It's like, yes, please come with us. And they bring you closer to central camp. They tell you to wait by the campfire. There are other soldiers here. They're all kind of, again, they're all kind of eyeing you, and they're all wearing their tabards that are like red with a gold trim, with the jeweled chalice pouring water over a rose bush. But yeah, they're especially eyeballing you, Kailani. Eventually, after some talks, two women walk out. One is a very tall, athletic build, white girl, in her mid-40s. Just also not only just athletic build, but also kind of stout, big boned, I guess is what you would say, but very very athletic. Tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. She's wearing plate armor, but not her helmet, and she's got a tabard on. And she's standing kind of behind, but also to the right of the other girl. Is a average height, average build, tan skin, dark hair, dark eyes. Also wearing plate mail, but has these golden adornments in her armor, and also not wearing a helmet. And yeah, she gets up, and they both kind of like scan your group for a second, and say, "So, the Nerton situation has been taken care of."
Indeed, the skeletons have fled, and the blight tree has been destroyed, and their master has been slain.
She looks over at the person to her right, kind of looks up at her. And she goes, "See, Deirdre, maybe keeping them alive wasn't such a bad thing after all."
I will wait for Deirdre's response.
Oh yeah, Deirdre
Check it
doesn't necessarily respond, just kind of like but acknowledges, Lady Vargas.
Indeed, every day that the vagabonds of the North Shore draw breath is a day closer to victory for against the foul creatures that plague this land.
Lady Vargas kind of raises an eyebrow at you and goes, "We haven't met before, have we?"
No, I don't think so, milady.
Well, at least you remember your manners.
I have been instructed in the finest courts of the land, milady.
Oh, and I thought you just came from a rock floating somewhere north of here.
Yes, but after that rock, I was instructed in the finest courts of the land, milady.
Ah, a subtle compliment. I enjoy it. You will do well in politics maybe later. Your name?
I am Guilford the Grand.
Guilford the Grand. I will remember you.
And perhaps you wish to meet the rest of my group. This
She kind of gives a smile as you say that. She kind of gives a bit of a forced smile to the rest of them, but doesn't even bother with the elf.
I'll make an effort to say, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Vargas."
She gives you a cautious look before giving a nod of approval.
Ficus doesn't totally know what to do, so he does like a little curtsy.
Is he still wearing the robe over his armor?
He's actually, yes, yeah, he is.
I just do a customary bow. Greetings, milady.
How is that region I've delegated for you treating you?
Oh, it's a lovely plot of land that we've been residing on lately.
Yeah, we're thinking of trying to make the land work a little bit better for us. But it's Doing great.
And have you met the neighbors? I mean, and she kind of like looks up or towards the southwest, towards the mountains.
Oh, the dwarves?
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Quite hospitable folk.
Yeah, so Lady Vargas lets out a laugh, and it kind of shocks the rest of the troops. And she composes herself. She goes, Guilford, I, I, where do you get your wit?
I fear it pales in comparison to the magnificent culture that you have fostered within your lands.
I think he found it on the ground.
You are all certainly an amusing bunch, that is for sure. Well, I'm glad you've made yourself useful, and I guess you'll be hearing from the king eventually. But as for me, I have a coastline to watch and a town under revolt. So, thank you for your visit. And with that,
It was an honor.
you can hear a bunch of infantry like armor clinking as they're all coming to attention.
Take this as an invitation to make a cordial exit.
Yep, it was an honor. Bow and leave.
Are we headed back home next?
I think so.
I think you're getting a willow tree.
Oh, that's right.
Well, yeah, I guess if we can pass through some hexes and um Ficus can look for the appropriate type of plants. And you actually for the living fences you like cut branches and replant the cuttings. But yeah, he'll look for them.
All right. So it is at this point the Brillig, almost dinner time. You have a few hours of sunlight left.
Ooh, okay. How far from home are we?
You're about an hour's away.
Oh, well, let's see. So we're right there.
No, that's where we want to go.
Oh, okay.
So that's about the path we'd want to take.
Looks good to me. About 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
That's 4. So there. Another 4 hexes there. Yeah, we
And
should be.
Ficus, how long will it take you to get the cuttings?
I probably won't get them today, but I'll scout out locations where I could get them.
Okay.
And then on another day, Ficus will make a little party and go and get them. I mean, there might not even be any appropriate willows around, but he'll look. Same with like any type of edible berry bramble and stuff where like canes can be cut and replanted.
Yeah. So yeah, we go that route.
Yeah, I just looked it up, and you couldn't have picked a better place for willows. They apparently like riverbanks, wetlands, watery areas. So yes,
Right.
I would say that it's not outside of the realm of the possibility. Oh, they also like temperate climates, which you're in. So
Yeah.
Is it basically now? Yes, finding the willow is no problem. But as you guys go into the forest, as I set up this map, it's getting later in the day. The darkness is making longer shadows. As you guys approach through a pass in the forest, um, you get on the other side. Or wait, hold on, double checking. Is there? There is. Okay, yes, yes, yes. So you guys have spotted the willow. You get on the other side of the river. You're going through a dry patch. You're approaching the city's edge of Berry Pont, but you're still kind of in that wilderness area. And that's when you see moving figures. Roll an ish.
Okay.
Where is that on this? I'm just trying to find initiative on the character sheet.
Oh, I got it.
Oh yeah,
Although
only
you
one
should-
person. Only one person
Oh,
rolls
sorry.
initiative. Yeah. For the
But
whole
you should
team.
find it because we trade off.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay, so you
One.
hear the chittering of goblins, and some sling bullets go your way. I guess arrange yourself in the way that your party would be traveling. Go ahead, guys. I'll give you a second to stage yourselves.
I'd be towards the rear.
No. I can't select myself. I can select the squirrel. I can select everybody but myself.
Oh, sorry. How's that?
Oh, there we go. Let's see. Guilford tends to fancy himself the leader. So.
Since Ficus is looking for various plants, he's probably a little like kind of off to the side
Okay.
instead
So
of straight in a line.
all right. So from outside of your view, beyond the bluff, through the vegetation and landscape, um, 3 sling bullets fly right at you, Guilford. What is your armor class?
16. Keeps deleting us. Oh, that's right.
So, 3 sling bullets go for you. Each of them miss.
Anybody see anything fly past just now?
Yeah, dude, you almost got shot.
Shot. I will look around.
Yeah,
Well, it is
okay.
your combat initiative. No, you guys are you guys are aware that it's combat.
I'm taking it we can see that guy right there, right?
Yeah, yeah. But more, yeah, 2 more kind of came from the darkness from his general direction.
I bet it's him and his kind.
I'm going to shoot the one I can see, which right now is only one of them, so. Oops, I get +1 for being close.
Oh, yeah. So what that goblin is standing on is kind of a ledge. If you were to get up on that ledge, you could probably see beyond and maybe see where the goblins are shooting from. But
I
yeah.
will shoot him first.
Oh, okay. Right, right. Obviously, yeah. Oh, yeah. That the arrow goes right into the sternum, and the goblin falls down, writhing before stopping.
I will call forth in what I think is goblin. Surrender, and you will be spared.
What did you say about my mom? So
I don't.
anybody else?
See, can I speak Goblin? I forget.
No, none of you can. None of you can. So yeah, when when the goblin called back, you didn't understand that, Guilford. But a goblin did like shout something back at you.
Okay, I'm
What's
gonna
what's
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna move this way. I can move up to 40 according to the character sheet. Right there. Is there anything that is preventing me from going there?
No, you should be able to make that move action, no problem.
Okay, I still don't see anything. Cool.
That's because there's a cliff here. Are you sure you wanted to go up that way?
And now, also, what you can see is that there is a ledge here as well. That's why you're not able to see.
Okay. Yeah, I just say back to the party. There's a can't get around this way. And yeah, next person because I can't do anything.
I will do my usual and climb a tree. I'm assuming that would take my whole turn, and I would not be able to also shoot a sling, but
Yeah,
know.
it would basically be an action to climb the tree without a roll, and then
yeah.
to move to that tree. Yeah, that's your actions.
Yeah.
So what you can see, maybe I can do this. Can there.
All right. So I climb up there and I shout, "There's 2 more goblins up on this hill."
And that leaves Sophie. Or Kailani.
Can I try and get the ones up there with a sling, or could that not like reach that way?
You can't see them. Yeah,
Oh,
you'd be
okay.
shooting. You'd be shooting blind. The only reason you can see them now is because um, Ficus climbed a tree.
Okay. Then can I just go ahead and move like over here? Would that give me a better view, or?
It's the same situation. They're basically up on this real high ledge. And the ledge that you're on is the same. Uh, you would have to basically approach the ledge here to get on top of it, or from what you can see now on top of the tree, there does seem to be like a way up the ledge, this away.
Okay, then I am gonna head this way for now. What was my movement speed again? Is that 25?
Yeah. Are you? What I think you're. I don't think you're lightly encumbered. I don't think you're carrying that much gear. So, you move at 40 feet.
Okay, so that would make me like, so I could go like right here. And
Yeah.
then,
And I will say, actually, at there, the goblins can't fire at you because you're right under the ledge.
okay.
Okay, and it's a new initiative. Oh, Lucky Winnies.
Great move there, Winnie. Or Lucky. Okay, I guess I'll do the initiative this time.
We'll just say you rolled a 3. I'm fine with
Okay.
keeping it. And you go first this time.
Okay, well, going to just gonna move right there.
Okay, and yeah, I'll say that if you use the tree, if you like are standing behind the tree, the goblins can't hurt you. I'll say that. If that's indeed what you're trying to do. Okay, yeah.
Well,
So
basically, I'm just trying to roundabout because I don't think I can climb where I was.
right. No, you were trying to run around the slope, kind of found another ledge. Was like, crap. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and Guilford attacks again as climbing up the hill.
Yeah, I think I had extra movement. I don't know how much it cost, but
So like that ledge would have cost you 2 movement points, but
okay, yeah,
but other than that, yeah, it seems like you had enough to make it. So yeah, you kind of walk up the slope of the hill, notch an arrow, and loose, and another goblin goes down.
Right, Ficus is gonna. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can reach any of them from this tree. Let's see. Is 60 feet the limit
For what?
for shooting with a sling?
I believe it's 80 feet.
80. Okay, so I could.
it's pretty far. But if you're within 40 feet, you get a bonus.
Okay. Well, I will lob a stone with my sling at this goblin that's 65 feet away.
Yeah, so no short range bonus, but it's medium range, so no penalty.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, I can do that.
And the shot goes wide.
Ah, darn.
Would it just take 2 movement actions to get up onto this ledge over here?
Yep. Or that's a total of 3 effectively, because it's 1, 2 for the first, and then another. So you've effectively moved 15 feet, even though that you've only moved 10 feet.
Okay, gotcha. And then I wouldn't be able to do anything else, right?
No, you'd still have your action, as long as you
Okay.
don't move more than 40 feet.
Can I sling them from the ledge that I'm on, or are they too high up?
I'd say here you could, because that's about the same level as Guilford the Grand. Because like this mound over here is higher than this one. So yeah, this goblin is just basically kind of standing on this lone mount. It was obfuscated, obviously, from other angles, but from that ledge that you're standing on, you have a clear shot of him.
Okay, then I will go ahead and try that sling. No threshold modifier.
It's short range, so +1.
Okay.
And the shot goes wide. Okay, and was that everybody's action?
Think so.
Yeah.
The goblins on their action begin running away.
I will call out in Guilford's version of Goblin. Cowards, stand and fight us.
You somehow said some kind of goblin term of endearment, and one of them looks at the other and says, "Well, what kind of head game is he playing with us?"
I assumed that was a statement of raw terror at Guilford's grandness.
You did find that willow tree, though.
Yep. We can get that and then get home.
Do these goblins have any shinies on them?
Yeah.
Oh, they only they do have daggers on them and slings that you can take that are in a good enough quality. However, like they're not wearing armor. And their clothes are actually kind of rattier than Ficus's clothes, so that's saying something.
Well, we'll take the daggers and slings then.
Yep. Need any help getting those saplings or their cuttings from the willow?
This was just locating some willows, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to try and get a bunch of cuttings with only like an hour of sunlight left.
Yeah. That means that we'll make sure that we have people who can deal with goblins or doing.
Yes.
So I think we make our way home.
Yep.
Okay. You guys make your way home. People are a little less hungover than they were, and the camp has kind of resumed normal activity. Jonathan Fairlight has and Vothig both have finally awakened. They were passed out. And yeah, I get will unless you guys want to search one more point of interest. We'd have time for another. But I guess it is kind of close. You guys only have like an hour of daylight left, so maybe this is a good place to call it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Because tomorrow we plan.
right. Well, in that case, thank you guys for playing.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks.
For hosting.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And thank you, chat, for watching. If you wanted to keep up on all serious industry streams, the best way to do that is to give this channel a follow. Alternatively, you can join us on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, where we do stream announcements. There's also the website, shatteredempire.net. Shattered Empire is a post-apocalyptic interstellar synthwave-fueled tabletop RPG. If you go to the website, you can get the free alpha. The free alpha has everything you need to make a Shattered Empire character. And if you're a crafty enough game master, you might be able to make a Shattered Empire campaign. So check that out. Thank you all for watching. This is Abacus Fish, signing off.